Guys, you're speaking to the one and only Olona. So guys, I'm currently a student at Northwest University. I'm doing my second year. So I'm studying for Bachelor of Art in Behavioral Science with Psychology and Labor Relations. Being honest, this course it's one of the best courses ever. I love psychology. I love psychology because it focuses more on human behavior, what people think, how they behave, I'm quite thrilled and excited to let you know about my journey and how I actually got accepted. So this video will be very helpful to you because I'll be explaining the APS scores that you need to be aware of, the things that you need to be aware of when applying or filling in your application form online. The certain things that you shouldn't do, or the certain things that you shouldn't leave when leave out when applying for your course or applying into the Northwest University. So guys, there are different types of psychology. Psychology is a very broad course. We have clinical psychology, we have industrial psychology. The one that I'm currently into, I am into industrial psychology. And there is developmental psychology. So we're going to look much more into the industrial psychology, the course that I'm currently studying. So industrial psychology is based on the behavior of the employees in the work environment. So that is what is industrial psychology as a whole. You look into the behavior of the employees in the work environment. So what do you actually do as an industrial psychologist? So you look into, or you focus into your psychological principles and your research method. Research is very, very important in psychology because you do a lot of research. you know so you take those psychological principles and your research method and you apply them into improving the work environment. So that is what you actually do as a psychologist, or as an industrial psychologist specifically. So guys, yeah, and also the types of jobs that you can do, or the career field that you can look into when studying for industrial psychology, is that you can become an analyst, you can become a specialist, you can even become a professional industrial psychology. So those are the kind of things that you actually need to look into when applying for psychology. You need to make sure that you do your research a lot more, because I feel like a lot of people go into psychology not understanding psychology simple as a definition. What is psychology, what you should expect when studying for psychology, what are the job opportunities when studying towards psychology. Those are the most important things that you need to make sure that you look into. Those are the things that I actually did look into. Being honest, I didn't do much of a research, but I did do my research so that I can get a little bit of understanding what am I getting myself into. And I was quite excited, thrilled, and I looked forward to studying this course. So yeah, those are the types of psychology that we do have. We have clinical, developmental, industrial. There's so many. You can even go into your internet and look onto it on what types of psychology you want to be based on. So yeah, guys, I'm also going to tell you more about the school subject. But the good thing is, when it comes to this course, or when it comes to psychology, there's no specific subject that you need to have in order for you to be accepted. Not really. But one of the best subject that can be an advantage to you, and it did become an advantage to me, was having life science. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because having life science as your subject from grade 10 to metric, it's because life science is based on human behavior, studying of the brain, the sensory systems. And you having an understanding, or a basic understanding from high school, will help you when it comes to psychology, because trust me, I'm doing my secondary, right? So we have two modules. We have Psych 212 and Psych 211. Psych 211 is based mostly on life sciences, the developmental of a child, of an adult, all in all human, So now, since I have an understanding of from my previous years in high school, based on life science, I have an understanding on what they're talking about. There's certain words that do arise, and I'm like, I know this word, So it is very, very important for you to have life science as a subject, But do not worry if you don't have life science as your subject. It's not a train smash. You can still apply and you can still be accepted. So guys, now we are actually going to look into your application form. So guys, we'll be looking into your application form. What are the things that you should expect when applying online? What are the requirements that they actually need when applying online, So as for me, when I actually applied, I didn't actually encounter a lot of problems, When I actually applied, I made sure that I submitted all the documents that were needed, and I also made sure that I applied on time. Guys, please do not apply late. Always make sure that you apply on time. It is very important and it's very crucial, because there is a time where you won't be accepted. It's not because your marks or your APA score are not good. It's because the space or it has been full, So that's why it's very important for you to get for you to apply on time. So guys, I applied on time, and there is a story behind. When I applied on time, and then I received my feedback. Apparently I was rejected for all the 3 courses that I did apply to. I was rejected. I was so devastated. But around March, I got an email from the Northeast University telling me that I've been accepted to this course, and I was like, you know what, I'm going for it and I'm actually going to do it. So guys, I'm going to tell you what are the things that you need to make sure that you do, that you need to make sure that you have, The first thing, make sure that you know your APS score, your admission point score. It's very important. So the APS for the psychology is 26 points in Northwest University. Yes, 26 points. That is the minimum, So what I'm actually going to tell you from experience is that do not aim for the minimum. Do not do that at all. Always make sure that you work at your best ability. Get the best APS score that you can get, so that when they're actually selecting, there's so many students going for psychology. Not as psychology as its own. There are so many courses that people go into. So it's very, very, very important that you make sure that your APS scores are sharp, guys. It's very, very important, And then, as I've said, you need to make sure that you have a minimum of 26 points and above. So I had 32 points, and I got accepted, and I'm so happy today that I actually chose this course. Now we're going to look into the specific requirement that they look into, the subject that they look into, what are the levels that you need to get. The first one is your home language. Your home language is very important. You need to make sure that you get a minimum of level 4, onto your home language. It is very, very important. And then when they're looking into your mathematics, let's say that you're doing mathematics, they will look at level 3. You need to make sure that you get level 3 and above. And when you're doing math literacy, if you're doing math literacy, you need to make sure that you get level 5 and above. So those are the requirements specifically that they look into when you're applying. They look into your home language, they look into your mathematics performance and your mathematical literacy performance. They look at the level that you do get, guys. Okay, so now we are going to look into applying online, you're going to look at the application form, what you should know or you should be aware of. The first step in applying online, you will definitely get your student number. Getting your student number doesn't mean that you've been accepted as yet, but it means that that is the student number you will have, or that is the student number you will use to track your application, and also you will have when you are accepted into the institute, And also, once you get your student number, you'll have to create a password. You'll need to have a password in order for you to log in into your portal. Guys, do not forget your password. It is very, very important to remember your password, right? So once you've logged in into the portal, right, you will be given spaces where you have to fill the type of courses you want to do. If I'm not mistaken, I remember I had to choose 3 courses that I wanted to do. I had my first selection, my second selection, and my third selection. So guys, be confident with your 3 selection that you do choose. Be confident. Also make sure that the first selection that you do choose is the one that you really, really want to do, and it's the one that you feel confident you're going to be accepted into. So do not make that mistake. So they're going to need your grade 12 result or your grade 11 result. Guys, you need to make sure that you submit. When it comes to submitting document, guys, make sure that you submit your document, all of them, because there are incidents where you will be rejected because there's certain document that you did not submit, and honestly, I don't want that to happen to you. You need to make sure that you submit the document as it is. Do not leave anything. Do not leave anything, guys. It is very, very important for you to submit all your documents. So your grade 12 certificate is needed, or your grade 11 certificate is needed. Yes, to submit, you need to make sure that you have either your grade 12 or you have either your grade 11, guys. And then you need to complete your undertaking form. What is an undertaking form? An undertaking form is a legal document, right, that gives the university the permission to place you onto their residence. So that is an undertaking form. You need to complete the undertaking form. It is also very, very important and crucial. The other thing that you have to submit is your ID. You have to submit the copy of your ID, or your grade 12, your certificate, or grade 11 need to be a copy also. I forgot to inform you about that. And also you need to submit your academic record if applicable though. So guys, yeah. So okay guys, now we have come to a very end of our video. I hope that this video was very helpful to you, especially since you want to apply to the Northwest University, or you want to apply into the course of psychology. I hope this did help and it did give you an insight of what you should actually expect. So guys, if you did enjoy the video, can you kindly like the video, and if you have any questions, you can drop your comment on the comment section. And then if you really want to know more about the course, about everything, can you kindly subscribe on the subscribe button? I will truly appreciate it. And there's a lot more that I'm going to share to you guys that will be very, very helpful.